Western Arizona. You may think it's mostly desert along the Colorado River, but look what we discovered. Hi everyone, I'm Robin Soul. Welcome to Arizona Highways. Today, we are overlooking the Bill Williams River National Wildlife Refuge, and you are about to see what Arizona looked like a century ago. John and Lorraine West of Lake Havasu City have a secret getaway.
Here we are 20 miles from Lake Havasu City, and you can be out in a feeling that you are in a wilderness area within a few minutes.
To the north, they see the boats skidding about on the lake. And to the south, well, they see paradise.
When you get on a kayak, it's quiet, and it's just a connection with nature.
The couple calls the Bill Williams River National Wildlife Refuge a home away from home. For Lorraine, it literally is.
I am the great-granddaughter of Ramona Esquerra, who homesteaded the area.
Back then in the late 1800s, Lorraine's father cleared the river for steamboats, about a half-century after Bill Williams himself worked the area.
Bill Williams was a mountain man that explored and trapped in this area back in the mid-1800s. He became very famous as a guide for the expeditions that explored the area.
Had you taken a tour with Bill Williams then, you'd see meandering inlets, tall reeds, and trees harboring creatures up and down its lush riverbanks.
We've recorded 355 species of birds on the refuge, and there are very few places in the state of Arizona that can rival that.
Today you can see some of what early settlers saw.
Some days we've seen beaver up there, great blue heron, night heron, egrets.
That's in part thanks to volunteers like John West and the Wildlife Refuge crew, who are working hard to restore vegetation here.
This solar irrigation system, obviously, there's no electricity out here in the middle of the desert. So we're using solar power to run a drip irrigation system. We recently planted 1,200 trees in the area. And what we're trying to do is replace some of the mesquite habitat that was originally here. Mesquite is one of the most valuable desert plants we have. Just about everything in the desert eats the mesquite beans.
In a few years, these saplings will shed a canopy of shade and food where the riparian regions had retreated.
This is really a snapshot of what we would have seen 200 years ago here on the Colorado River.
In fact, it's probably even better. Since the Alamo Reservoir went in upstream, it's dramatically improved preservation on the refuge.
What that really evolved into was giving us periodic flood events, properly timed during the year when the cottonwoods and willow trees were seeding, and that's what really rejuvenated the habitat.
Without it, we'd miss rare scenes like this chuckwallow lizard hanging out near a tall saguaro in the thick of a willow tree forest.
It certainly doesn't happen very often, but that's one of the unique features of this desert. We sit on a transition zone between the Mojave and Sonoran deserts.
To get here, you can take Highway 95 towards Parker, but you'll have to hike once you leave the roads, and don't count on old favorite trails.
And with the periodic flood comes a change in the whole landscape at times. What is a trail today that we could drive on may be the main river channel tomorrow.
Of course, you can always kayak to paradise like Lorraine and John do.
It becomes like a microcosm. It's tiny, it's small, and the water just flows through there and the trees come on down. So the life that you see is everywhere.